If I was Pac, what would I do at this time and moment? If I was Pac, well, the first thing I'll try to do is try to focus on being unified. Yeah, that's exactly what I would try to do. Trying to unify, trying to get that belt from Spence. I know you're going to be busy. I know Spence going to be busy with his mandatory. Even though he say he wants Pac and Crawford first, time would tell with that. Yes, time will tell with that. But if I was Pacquiao, I would worry about, let's see, Spence is going to be busy with his mandatory. Crawford is just there. Okay. Bob Arum, I don't see that happening. Well, like I said, I do see it happening in a way because Bob Arum don't have any welterweight fighters, so I could see that fight being made with Manny Pacquiao. I could see it, but I think Manny Pacquiao will want either Spence and Crawford to fight next to make it much easier to bring that over to the PB side if Spence win. And if regardless if Spence don't beat Crawford, he can still make that fight with Bob Arum because see, right now Bob Arum don't have any welterweights, and right now he's making it sound like no one wants to fight his fighter, but the man is thirsty and he has no in-house. He can't make any in-house fights. You see what I'm saying on the welterweight division? Remember when he had all the in-house? Remember when he had all the in-house? He was the in-house king. It had nothing to do with that side, the PBC side. So right now, I think Pacquiao is in a good predicament. But the main thing I would do is be indirect instead of being direct. Listen, I know you want Mayweather. Pacquiao, I know you want Mayweather. It's a competitive sport. I know that you want it. You're surprise fighting. I know that you're going to make the most lucrative, the most money. A lot of people say, nah, I don't want to see that fight. But the ones that are saying it, it's not the majority of people that wants to see it, okay? So they could keep saying they don't want to see the fight. Yeah, you don't want to see the fight. But the majority overrules, okay? And I'm going to see that fight, okay? So Mayweather say he's coming back to fight McGregor, Khabib, or whatever. So they say that you was trying to make a fight with McGregor and all this stuff like that. Listen, worry about boxing. Now, there's nothing wrong. To me, there's nothing wrong going out to sport and fighting, MMA. Muhammad Ali did it. But the funny thing about Muhammad Ali, he let the MMA fighter be a MMA fighter. Okay? That's the difference. Yeah. The difference now is that these boxers want the MMA fighters to be boxers, where they mix martial arts. Yeah, they mix martial arts. That means they know about everything, but they're not an expert on one thing. Okay? So, of course you're gonna beat the MMA fighter if you're a boxer. Unless the MMA fighter comes and do something out of the box. Okay? Which I always say, you want to box a boxer, but sometimes your strikes gotta be somewhere different than that they expected. So that's a whole different story. So I have no problem with this mixed MMA fighting boxes and stuff like that. Like I said, Muhammad Ali did it, but the only difference is Muhammad Ali let the MMA fighter be an MMA fighter. He fought his fought, but he couldn't get Muhammad Ali. That's the difference. So, Clarissa Shields trying to get Amanda, right? Ruiz. That's gonna happen. That could happen. So, if Pacquiao want to go that route, so be it. All right? I'd rather not see it. All right? I'd rather not. I would see it regardless. I'm not going to fool you, and I'm not going to fool myself. There's only two pay-per-views that I deal with, and that's Wilder and Pacquiao. That's the only two that I'll pay money for, to tell you the truth, okay? Everybody else, and coming up soon, my next that got my eye is Boots. He's putting that chill in my spine the way Pacquiao did. Yeah, he reminded me a little bit of Roy Jones. You know, not as much as Roy Jones, because Roy Jones used to hit you bop, 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 bop with that same hand and all that shit, yo. But his movements, his character, the way he moving in the ring and shit, that's a whole different story. But Manny Pacquiao, be indirect. Be indirect. Don't be direct. I know you want Mayweather, but the best thing to do is unify. See, unification is going to just put the icing on the cake. I believe you could be Spence. I believe you could be Crawford. I mean, Green Machine performance, I didn't like that. Porter putting that work in on Spence, I didn't like that. Okay? Spence hitting Porter. Porter almost hit the ground, but he didn't. Okay? I don't know what kind of power that is. Spence fought Mikey. He couldn't finish him. He couldn't finish him. Okay? His IQ was great, but he couldn't finish the man that was coming up from a weight that was coming up to 140. He couldn't do it. So, don't worry about Mayweather. Don't worry about Mayweather. Because Mayweather's busy with his MMAs and making his money and stuff like that. Do the unification, yo. And if you don't want to do the unification, at least be one of those young lads. He could be one of those young lads right there. I believe he could be Spence. Anytime somebody, when the time comes, that fight comes, I'll break it down to what Spence can't handle Manny Pacquiao. Okay, to my opinion. Okay, Pacquiao, he needs to get it done early. Okay, first to the 5 rounds, he need to get this shit done early to get Spence. Okay, and don't run out of gas like how he almost ran out of gas with Keith Thurman. I saw that. Oh man, he was running out of gas, and back this fan up here, yo. I'm gonna get this guy some room to get out. He was running out a little bit of gas. His age was showing a little bit at the end rounds. He was getting tagged a couple of times at the end, but I feel that he could beat Spence. Okay, I feel he could beat Spence, and I also feel he could beat Crawford. After I saw, at first I did not think that he could beat Crawford at one time, but after I saw that Green Machine performance, that Mean Machine performance, you're gonna get hit by Pac, and that's what's gonna tell me where your chin is at. You're gonna get hit by Pac, and that's what's gonna tell me where your chin is at. And for some reason, I still think Crawford's a little suspect with that chin, yo. I'm still kind of suspect. After Gamboa buckled him a little bit, and now this Green Machine, this Mean Machine, right? Some people say he got knocked down. Some people say he didn't get knocked down. But like I said, if you put yourself in that position for somebody to say, yeah, it happened, and yeah, it didn't happen, it's doo-doo. You should have yourself in that position in the first place. You're Crawford, okay? So I'm not going to argue about Crawford getting knocked down or he didn't get knocked down. He shouldn't have been in that situation in the first place. Simple as that, okay? You're on a higher standard that everybody think you are. You shouldn't be in that situation, okay? So, Manny Pacquiao, go for unification. That's the only thing that's left for you to do in boxing. Unify. And if you don't want to unify, at least unify with Spence. It would show so much. I mean, you beat Spence, people would be like, Mayweather who? And I know Mayweather has a co-promotion with Al Heyman, and I know he could probably cock block that fight, or I don't know how much pull he got in the promotions and all that shit. Maybe I know Al Heyman's the man, and he makes the fights, not Mayweather. Okay, yeah, he has some pull and say, but Al Heyman's the man. He's the advisor. He sets the shit up, and it is what it is. Okay, and I'm just saying, Manny Pacquiao, sometimes you have to do shit not directly to catch people's attention, but indirectly. There's nothing wrong for you to get that belt from Spence, okay? Or even fight the man. There's nothing wrong with it. You fight Danny Garcia, you get an easy 20. Okay? Of course, Mayweather fight is more lucrative. It's more money. You can take that money, help your country out. It is what it is. I know that fight is the most important fight to you because you felt like you won the fight, but you didn't win the fight. But you feel like the next go around, it could happen. Okay, I understand that. But if you want that fight, sometimes you got to go around the situation, deal with this situation here first, and then that person will get the attention because Mayweather do not like other boxers shining, and especially you, Manny. Mayweather's like, can you please go away, Manny Pacquiao? At this point in time, even though Mayweather beat you, you know what's going on through this man's head? Why do this damn Manny Pacquiao can't go away? He's pissing me off. I mean, can he just go somewhere and just call it and just end it? I can't stand this guy. That's what's going through this guy's head. Because he knows every moment. Everybody wants you. Crawford, Danny, Keith at one time, Porter at one time, Spence wants you, okay? And Manny Pacquiao is boxing. Last boxer that I know in the decade that Mayweather fought in the decade was Berto. I'm not sure. I don't have my stuff here was it in 2015? Okay, so yes, like I said in my other videos, yes, he had the most pay-per-views. Okay, but that was shared with Manny Pacquiao. But guess what? Who's moving that whole pay-per-view record along? Manny Pacquiao, because Manny Pacquiao is still fighting. Yes, Mayweather beat Pacquiao. True, but he's retired. Now, I could say that has some kind of value throughout the decade from 2010 to 2019 if Mayweather was still fighting, but he retired through the decade. And I'm going to keep repeating this shit through your hard head. Your hard head. He did not do the whole decade. Okay? So, that pay-per-view, fine, Mayweather did great. He made more money than Manny Pacquiao. But he didn't do it alone. Because what did he do? What did he do when he fight Berto? Did he make the same amount? So no, it's not a one-person band here. Okay? It's a two-person band. Okay? And you left 2015, 2016, whatever. Andre Ward left around 2017. Canelo got popped by drugs. Repercussion suspension. All these are facts. It's not a decade. But hey, I'm not going to complain. Give him something. Give him something, okay? Let him feel happy, okay? But I'm not stupid. 2010 to 2019 is a decade, okay? It's a decade. So let me calm down. All right, so Manny Pacquiao, if I was Manny, which I am not, go for unification. Go for Spence. After Spence, I'm pretty sure you're going to get that fight with Crawford. Easy money. Even though you're on the other side, yeah, at one time I said, yeah, that shit ain't going to happen. But now I started thinking, it's in it for Bob Arum. Bob Arum is going to make some money. So once I thought about it, I said, well, you know what? That fight could happen because there's no more in-house fights for welterweights for Bob Arum. Yeah, it could happen. There's hope. So that's all I'm saying. Go for unification, and I think you could do it. And even if you lose, it doesn't matter. It doesn't matter. Because you're the people's champ. And we know who the real champ is, yo. Regardless, win or loss, you are the eye of the tiger. Yeah. Let me go back to work, yo. Y'all have a good day. Make sure you press the dislike button when you leave, because you ain't gonna like me. Either side. Pack Tards or my ninjas. You ain't gonna like me. But it's all good. Smash the dislike button. Yeah.